quite a bit of GBA, Link to the Past, too. Ninnyz has run, I think, almost every NMG category, and then also ventured into all dungeons for his first glitch category.
Oh, it looks like we're underway. So anyone want to explain pumping?
No.
No. Let's just say they're walking diagonally to go faster.
They're doing stuff, they're going fast, it's happening, it'll happen every run. Pretty much. I guess we could take this time, though, to talk about the runners a little bit more, get a little more personal. So BluntBunny, you may know him from his DKC3 fame. I think he was very close to getting the world record at one point. Actually, I think he was second place. So he's done quite a bit in that game. He's also played a lot of the original DKC, Zelda 2 as well. He's just got sub 80, I think probably within the last, I want to say like 6 months maybe, which is a big deal in that game for those who don't know. And he also runs Glover, which I'm sure he's super proud of.
You didn't mention Waldo. Where's Waldo?
Oh, of course, Where's Waldo, the best game ever. Where's Waldo?
One ticket to the moon, please.
Yeah. And when he doesn't get screwed over by, what is it, the subway RNG, then he usually can beat that game in about 2 minutes, I think.
Yeah, he's an expert at finding Waldo.
Yeah. And his opponent, Ninnyz, also runs other games. He runs Shadow of the Colossus, and I don't know anything about that game, but I hear he's pretty good at it, so I'll trust what people say. Also runs Mega Man X, World of Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy VI, Little Nightmares, Dark Souls, and Mario Party 5. So he's got quite a few games under his belt, other than Link to the Past.
ACM dabbles in a lot of games as well. One of his, or I guess his main other game besides this one is Dr. Mario for the Super Nintendo, which I believe he has the record in. He's very good at it.
Yeah, he ran it last year and maybe also this year at a speedrunning marathon that's held in Quebec. And watching him play that game is pretty crazy. It goes so fast and it's hard to keep up with it.
An interesting thing here is that Blunt and AC...
I think you cut out a little bit there.
Oh, sorry. Am I back?
Yes.
You're back.
I was just saying that Blunt and ACM are both at 1.5, and I know ACM will get the Sanctuary Heart because he's ACM, but we'll see what Blunt wants to do here. A heart and a half is pretty risky. He might get the pot in this room.
And yes, he got it. In fact, Acmlm just took the same pot too.
Oh man, it looks like everything is getting in the way for Blunt. Just keeps getting hit by everything.
The snakes are quite evil for this run for all our runners.
Ooh, unfortunately, Blunt's
Missing the
getting
key.
blocked there.
Yeah, that's always super annoying when one of the rats or one of the other rats drops something that blocks your throw to the key. It's always just really frustrating to deal with.
Alright, nice job from all of them. They're out of escape. We'll see
Pretty
who
much
grabs
all
the
at the
same
same
card.
They're out of there pretty much all at the same time too, it seems.
Yeah, it looks like Blunt and Ninnyz have segment timers going, so I guess it's hard to really tell, but
Now, one thing to keep an eye on is Blunt skipping that Saint cart with a heart and a half. Like, this overworld can surprise you sometimes. It's a little risky to be doing that with a heart and a half.
yeah, it looks like he was the only one that skipped the same cart, so we'll see how this goes for him.
He had a good Octorok screen. That's the main danger with skipping Saint Cart in this segment, is that screen, because the Octoroks do a full heart of damage. So you really want to avoid them.
Yeah, I think he's in the clear now. There's really not much that can hurt him from here, so. Who needs Sankart, right? I need Sankart.
Same.
Me too. But there are plenty of hard underpots he can take in the Eastern Palace. So if he needs health, he will be alright with them. The only heal danger coming up will be picking up the big key with only 3 hearts.
Ooh, ended up spawning a third skeleton there from Blunt.
Yeah, that happens if you walk down a bit early. He'll tend to spawn a third one.
Looks like so far Blunt's the only one to have skipped the safety arrows as well.
Skipping all the safeties.
And I'm sure he will be.
Yeah, and skipping those arrows saves a second, which is a good bit of time at a high level for this game. But it also triggers a bit of a gamble at the end of this dungeon for drops. There's a 1 in 8 chance Blunt will not have enough arrows to fight Armos, and so he'll have to go get some extras and lose all the time he saved skipping that pot, and then some. So 1 in 8 to lose that is not too bad, though it doesn't happen very often. But when it does, it's no good.
ACM running into the Igor there. And I think he shot just a little bit too early. So he had to wake up the Igor again the second time.
And we have Emo who
Oh, no.
missed the shot on the Igor and died, unfortunately.
That is a shame.
Yeah, Eastern deaths are always demoralizing. Hopefully she can recover. Looks like Blunt did get his arrow drop to be able to fight Armos. But he kind of messes up the fight a little bit here. Yeah, gets a red Armos.
He recovers pretty fast though. And ACM and Ninnyz both got pretty perfect fights.
Yeah, very nice fights from everyone there.
Emo will be able to tackle this section with a lot more hearts. So, should go pretty well.
So I believe from at least 3 of these racers we'll see tree rupees. I'm not quite sure what Emo does. If she'll be going for tree rupees or if she'll do Sahasrara rupees. I imagine... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, last time I saw Emo race, she took the Saha rupees.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that's what she will do again.
Emo has a good Armos fight. Blunt going for the library spin speed. Does it pretty well. Had a little bit of a nudge past the door, but probably still save time with it. ACM and Ninnyz avoiding it because it's really easy to lose time with it. It's one thing newer players don't understand about that library spin speed is just how hard it is to get it to save time. Even if you get the spin speed, you know, so.
Yeah, for sure. It only saves half a second when you do it well, so, you know, if you're not getting in the door properly or not getting spin speed on your first or second try, then you're already losing time with that strat. ACM also actually doesn't do the spin speed on the way back either, which that one's generally one you see more often from people. I think it's just easier for people to get. I don't know.
Yeah, the movement's a lot easier. It's hard to move precisely with spin speed, just, you know, Link's moving so fast. But with that one, the one leaving, your movement doesn't have to be too precise to do it well.
Yeah, you have a lot of leeway to do it.
You'll see a variety of strats in this torch key room. There are like 4 or 5 strats for that room, and they're all like frames apart. That's the variance you can get in this game sometimes.
Oh, Blight got nice RNG in the cannonball room there. As did ACM. Ninnyz uses a pause buffer there, which is pretty nice. so then he can read the RNG and react quickly without getting hit on his way up.
That's a nice strategy that I didn't think of.
Blunt will be going for a bit of a risky spin speed here. Coming outside, back on the desert overworld. And he gets it.
Yes. With a pause buffer to select the lamp and make sure he doesn't go off the ledge. But that was a pretty perfect spin speed here.
Yeah, the interesting differences you'll see between ACM and Blunt, even though their PBs are, you know, relatively close to each other. I think they're less than a minute apart. But ACM will do much safer and consistent strats, whereas Blunt will go for more difficult strats. So it's just interesting to see like the slight differences that both of them have.
Yeah, for sure. Blunt's gonna have to get this extra arrow pot because he got the red Armos, leaving him with glow arrows. That cost him about a second. But still in the lead here, going in the Landmo, where the lead can easily change.
Yeah, this is one boss that, I don't know, it's either goes really well or it goes really terribly.
Oh no, Blunt's having a tough time.
But he got it. And he's the first to defeat Landmolas.
I think everyone else had rough fights too, so
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah.
5 and 6 cycles, seems like. Now, Blunt and ACM are headed towards Fake Flippers, which is a trick that saves about 6 seconds getting to Death Mountain, but has a pretty big risk if they get hit at any point doing it. They can soft lock their game.
Yeah, that's something that they definitely have to watch out for here. But looks like both Blunt and ACM got through no problem.
They both survived it, and Ninnyz is going for it too now.
I'm kind of getting a bad spawn there, though.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Ooh. Thankfully, he knows how to save and quit right away.
Yeah, although although we call this category NMG No Save and Quit, for the purposes of this tournament, to prevent Ninnyz from being basically 18 minutes behind, or just basically having to forfeit the race, we've allowed them to save and quit if that happens. It still loses quite a bit of time for this to happen to them, but, you know, not 18 minutes worth, so...
Yeah, and he's opting to do the pre-fake flippers route here, instead of going back to attempt fake flippers again.
You won't have to go back to the FF screen until brackets.
Alright, Emo gets through Fake Flippers just fine there. Which is good. Ninnyz kind of had like kind of bad RNG there with the Zora spawn pretty close to the warp that he wanted to go into. So that makes it a bit difficult to get into the warp without, you know, getting hit or missing it or whatever. And so it was just unfortunate for him in that circumstance.
Now, ACM has a very unique tile room strat that no one else does. He does this particular pattern of lifting the pots to, I guess, have the right RAM values loaded in the memory, to where he can actually kill the last tile early, or has a chance to kill the last tile early. He didn't get it there. I think it's still frame rule dependent, even if he sets it up correctly. But sometimes he can do that. If it works, he does that room faster than anyone else does it. So yeah, it's pretty neat.
Should also note that ACM's menuing is insanely fast, and I don't think that he is human for being able to go that fast. If there's any argument for him being a robot, that is it.
Yeah, he definitely has some of the best menus in the game. Hands down. Mulborm coming up, and this can be another place where we can get a lead swap. Wow, Blunt getting rejected 3 times. 4 times!
Oh,
5! Wow. That's kind of what happened to you in one of your races, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got to be careful
getting
there.
rejected too!
Wow. You have to kind of be careful jumping down into Moldorm, because you can actually get like knocked back and then stuck in the railing. That's like, I guess, near the floor. So, or like the upstairs floor. And in that circumstance, you can't mirror, you can't use any of your items. So it's actually, I guess, a reset at that point, or save and quit.
Now we'll see how Ninnyz Mulborm goes. Hopefully he has better luck jumping into the arena.
Will he accept him?
Ooh, first try.
He almost didn't get it.
Oh,
no!
Oh no!
He got
Oh.
knocked into the middle hole, which sends you down 2 floors. That's unfortunate.
And of course, the bad thing about falling to Moldorm is he completely regenerates his health in that time you were climbing back up to see him again, so... Oh no, this looking Emo had a fall too.
Emo, yeah. She fell in the hole leading to the big chest.
Oh man. And he's taking another fall to Moldorm.
Oh, and she had to mirror to reset the bomb pot. Just in this room with the beetle.
And then he's on the last hit. It's always so bad when he's in this last phase and gets on the left side of the middle hole. Can be really nerve-wracking to deal with.
It's a nice end to the fight there, though. So Blunt successfully got his 3 rupees, and he's off to Aghanim's tower. ACM's got kind of a cool strat here for 3 rupees, where he throws the boomerang early before he pulls the tree, so that the boomerang actually catches some of the rupees for him, and then he only has to grab a couple of the other ones.
Yeah, this is another safe thing ACM does, is he just switches to the boomerang early, and avoids using arrows at all in this next dungeon. And the arrows can save a few seconds if you're good at using them. So you'll see some strat differences in this dungeon between him and BluntBunny. And Blunt's going to be a player who makes, or tries to make full use of the arrows here.
And Emo taking down Moldorm as well, so she'll be moving on to get the Master Sword.
ACM also doesn't manipulate the prize pack there, which is one of the things I guess he never learned. But he did get the fairy and the art in that room, which means he will not get them in Turtle Rock. That's also true, Wolfie, that he doesn't take that damage boost.
BluntBunny having a bad guard NG there, and having to kill the first one before killing the second one with the key.
Ooh, ACM getting good circle of pots RNG.
Yeah.
Actually threw that pot over the head of the one red guard and hit the bat instead. That was a little weird. Ooh, Ninny's taking some damage outside the castle, so he's gonna farm for a heart there.
Yeah, fortunately he got some from the guards, so he'll still be at full health entering Aghanim's tower.
Now we have Aghanim. This is a place where racers can gain and lose a lot of time.
Yeah, Blunt is a little bit notorious for getting a lot of blue balls in race settings, so I think it was not this past AGDQ, but the one before that when there was a 4-way NMG race. I think he got 7 blue balls during that race, if I'm not mistaken. And already now he has 2.
I think it's 3, actually.
Oh, is it 3?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I guess I blinked and missed.
3 for 3 on the first cycle. So, that's pretty rough.
And there's
4.
the 4th.
And the 5th one.
No.
Oh, wow. We could see 15.
ACM also
Wow.
6!
Wow.
ACM looks like he's getting quite a few too.
Yeah, I think he's at its second one.
Wow.
7. If he gets 15.
Oh.
Hey,
Wow,
wow.
This is insane.
Nice.
9! Oh, wow.
What bad luck.
See how much time Ninnyz is making up here. You know, he's only a few rooms from Aghanim at this point.
And there goes ACM. Finish the fight finally. 10. I think we might see 11 or 15. Those are my two guesses.
Oh, he finally
Okay.
gets one. Yeah.
Ooh,
He
not
breaks the combo.
15. There's 11.
11.
Oh my god.
I think the fight will end here, though, since he did get that yellow shot. I think it ends here. Yeah.
Yeah, 11 blue balls.
11 blue balls.
For Blunt.
And you see, like, if Ninnyz gets 0 here, he's not too far behind. So, we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, and that's all just out of your control, all that time lost, which is what sucks about this fight. Well, Ninny's having bad luck here too, it looks like.
Oh no, there are 2 blue balls and 3.
Oh, wow. Acmlm is not being a bro today.
No, holy.
I think ACM even got a few. It was definitely at least 3, I think.
Yeah, he was fighting Acmlm for quite a while. So Ninnyz has 4 so far.
It could end here for Ninnyz, and it does.
There,
He has
okay.
4.
There he goes.
And now Emo is heading into the fight.
Will he be nice
Maybe,
to EmoSaru?
Let's see.
Yeah, maybe he'll have mercy on her after the Eastern Death. Nope.
Well, guess not. Although that could be her only one. I don't know. Never mind.
Maybe we should
Yeah.
just be quiet.
I was just gonna say that maybe we should stop talking because we're not doing them any favors.
One interesting thing to point out, I guess, as ACM moves through this first section of pod, is the route we do in the first part of this dungeon to collect all the keys and to get the big key. It was found by ACM in 2014, or 2013, I mean. It's one of the 2 big routing things found by ACM, the other being tree rupees.
I did not know that actually. That's interesting. Emo looks like she came out with 3 blue balls, so that's average. I guess it's not so bad. That's actually the lowest count in this 4-way here, so.
And it's also the most likely count he will have in the fight.
Blunt doing a trick that ACM already succeeded at, the hammer jump, where he needs to place a bomb on a specific Y position and then move Link to another specific Y position. He gets it basically perfectly there. It's a pretty tough trick to do really fast, though, to get those positions quickly.
Ooh, Ninny's taking damage as he fell down the hole there. That is a JP 1.0 exclusive glitch. Or exclusive, I guess not really glitch, it's just a thing that happens. And where you can get hit when you're falling down a hole, and you can also get grabbed by the Wallmaster in Skull Woods as you're falling down the hole. Not cool.
Yeah, the Wallmaster in Skull Woods is definitely not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really common if you ever died a moth when you return. If you sort of do everything reasonably well, it's on a cycle to where the Wallmaster will often be trying to grab you as you're falling back into the moth fight. So it's one thing players will have to look out for if that ever happens to them. Got ACM going in the Helmosaur fight. It takes 17 hammers in this first phase to break Helmosaur's mask.
That was a nice hammer jump from Ninnyz.
Very clean fight from ACM.
Now it's Blunt's turn. And he actually doesn't hold his sword out while he's fighting Helmosaur or hammering the mask.
Yeah, it's generally assumed to be a little bit better to not hold your sword out for lag reasons. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a nice end to the fight there.
Did he get a double spin?
Yeah, you got the double spin. And that's another thing. If you're watching this and you're a newer player, it's important to see what he did there. A lot of newer players get confused about what to do or what you should do when Helmosaur pins you against the bottom wall like that. You know, you can't move anywhere, do anything without getting hit. Well, just charge up a double spin and you just hit him twice. It does a massive amount of damage.
Ooh, Emo placing the bomb a little bit farther to the right. We'll see if this works though. Oh, she got it.
Yep.
Oh, Ninnyz had the turtle stuck on the pegs here. We might see Lonely Turtle.
Just one lonely turtle?
One lost and confused turtle.
Nope.
Ah.
Rip. Ooh, Ninnyz unfortunately getting hit twice there. Ooh, third time. Uh-oh.
This is a dangerous fight.
This is not good. This RNG is not very good either.
Oh,
no! Oh, unfortunately taking a death there. Helmet charged him kind of at the last second there. That is unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate. That Helmosaur death costs around 2 minutes, I believe. If you can get back and do it good the second time. He's gonna need to get arrows somewhere. Oh no. Yeah, this is such a tough situation to be in because he can't hit that switch from near the chest. Since he has no arrows, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Ooh, that was nice though. Getting all those beetles off. And thankfully he can get full hearts again, so that'll help him out for the fight.
He will have to get arrows from the bots in the home head before killing the mimics.
Yeah.
Blunt about to do a spin speed that says a whopping 10 frames. It just goes to show how optimized this game is, that people go for stuff like that.
10 frames is everything, man.
Yeah. It was also a very good apple tree screen out of him You might try that yourself and wonder why you can never dash through the third guard. But the secret is to try to keep him off camera as long as possible, so he spawns in late. Looks like Emo has gotten through Palace of Darkness. Seems to be having some stream difficulties, but
Ninnyz going in for the refight. Hopefully he gets better RNG this time around. So far seems like he hasn't had many fireballs, or any fireballs I should say. Never mind.
This
And
is some
yeah.
commentator
Yes,
jinxing we've got going on here.
Yeah! Collusion. But no, he gets through just fine though.
He gets his revenge on EmoSaru.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, looks like Blunt got the Hellway. Ooh, and the bad RNG, but that was a nice cancel. Oh, and he's kind of getting pinned in the corner.
Very bad RNG here.
Alright, so we've got Emo grabbing the flute. Ninnyz on his way there. Ooh, and he gets hit by that rope outside of Pod. That's unfortunate. Those things do quite a bit of damage hitting for 2 hearts.
Yeah, you may be able to see that the apple tree I was talking about in use.
Yeah.
Oh, and especially now. Holy heck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks.
That's scary.
Alright, ACM entering the blind fight now. Should go smoothly for him. Blunt is pretty close behind as well, and the fight honestly should go the same for him.
Yeah, these top players have blind basically completely solved. So yeah, it'll be going the same way just about every time.
They got the blind find pretty much scripted all the way through, with timing their hits.
Oh look, there was no commentary curse that time. Blunt got through the fight just fine.
That was actually a really good fight as well. He almost killed blind outside of the light. ACM and Blunt getting into a pretty tough segment here, I think, in Skull Woods. As a player who recently dropped Sankheart, I found this dungeon to be one of the ones that I felt it the most in, actually. Just because you're almost required to take 2 hearts of damage by default, and the mummies and the ropas can hit you pretty hard in the dungeon, so you have to be kind of careful.
Ninnyz opted not to bonk the tree for apples, which is interesting. I wonder if he's gonna go through and maybe try to grab some heart pots in the dungeon just to fill up his hearts a little bit more. But we'll see what his strategy is here.
Meanwhile, I think EmoSaru was the only one of the four to get her magic powder, which means she'll be able to powder the anti-fairies to get 3 fairies in the next dungeons. And she got the God Pixel in the Hellway.
ACM avoiding the fence dash. Oh.
Ninnyz unfortunately taking a horse head to the face. Now he's only at 1 heart, so he's got to be careful here, especially coming up to Hellway.
This is a very dangerous room.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Ooh.
Oof.
Oh.
Oh no.
Darn. Alright, so ACM, look at that RNG.
Both mummies are stuck.
Man.
We'll see if the mummies are kind to Blunt. And it looks like they will be. That's nice.
Blunt actually taught me how to do that room, and I will be forever grateful because that room sucks. And he, I guess, explained it in a pretty easy way that was easy to follow along with, and yeah. Jeez, Blunt's getting trolled there by the mini Moldorms. Taking a couple extra hearts of damage.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about there. Now it's just 2 hits for him to die. Basically anything left in the dungeon, so has to be careful here.
Yep, and Emo getting through blind just fine. Ooh, ACM got close to getting bunnied there.
We'll see if he has a good moth fight. There's a ton of variance in how well this fight can go. It can either be over in the blink of an eye, or it can last a very long time.
Nice. That was a good fight.
Yeah, that was a pretty solid fight.
Nice fight from Blunt as well. And now we have Ninnyz coming up on the blind fight here with 3 hearts. So hopefully this goes well for him.
It seems he's very comfortable with it so far, so...
As long as he keeps control of the fight, it should go well.
Uh-oh.
Oh, oops.
Ooh.
Now ACM and Blunt will be headed into the ice segment, and this is a big choke point in the run, I guess. A lot can go wrong on this segment, and when stuff goes wrong on this segment, it goes disastrously and catastrophically wrong, and can cost you a lot of time. So they'll be looking to execute it well and not let their opponents back into the race.
Oh, I didn't realize ACM didn't go for this quick warp here.
Yeah, I think he just does the old way of eyeballing it instead of doing the free bonk setup. He did get it.
Got it. So
yeah.
I guess it works.
Oh no, Emo is getting hit by the mummies there, and they decided not to play nice.
It looks like Emo had a party in front of the door there in the big key room.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
She made it out okay though, and thankfully has powder, so she could refill her hearts in that room as well.
That room after, or the room with the big key, the Skullwoods big key, is really one of the few rooms in the game where there's a lot of variance in where the enemies spawn. I mean, in most of the rooms, the enemy's behavior can be completely random, but they'll start in the same spot. That room is an exception for whatever reason. It's a really strange room.
I don't know about anyone else, but Ice Palace is my least favorite dungeon.
I don't like it either.
It's too hard. Ooh, Emo having a mummy party here. Gets out just fine though. Nice fight from Emo there, actually.
Yeah. Nice use of the fire rod at the end there.
Yeah, just 3 hits and he was dead.
ACM and Blunt are both coming up on Cold Stare, which is the worst death in the game, and it's also really easy to die, unfortunately, as I proved the other night.
Yeah. Yeah, if your timing's off just a little bit, then the fight can really go sideways. Especially if you're used to like a certain, or like certain cues and things like that.
Oh
like
no!
Oh no!
ACM right there. Hopefully he makes it through.
And he's at the point here where even one of the ice crystals can kill him.
Yeah, this fight actually does quite a bit of damage. I think the Cold Stare Puffs, they do 4, right? And then the Falling Ice is 3.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Meanwhile, Blunt having a very nice fight. And Ninnyz having a good mock fight, so... Everyone's making it out. We got 3 crystals.
That was a really good play from ACM there to save that. That's not easy to recover a Cold Stare where he dropped it pretty early. If you at least get a few slashes in, it's not too bad to clean up a mistake. But to drop it that early and still clean it up is really impressive. Oh, and Emo demonstrating a good backup there to get that hard under that bush.
Yeah, I believe you can pick up both rocks and bushes. Well, I don't know if all the bushes. Is it all the bushes that you can pick up, or is it just in this area?
Yeah, and just in this area, I think that bush can have one.
Yeah, and the rocks I know like when you're coming out of Zora's domain can also have, or the rock, I guess there's only one there, can also have a heart under it. And the crabs also drop hearts. So if you're ever low hearts here, there's definitely lots of places to stock up before going into Ice Palace. I should say potentially stock up because it all depends on the drops.
So ACM and Blunt starting Swamp. And this dungeon is not nearly as deadly as most of the other Dark World dungeons, but it's still pretty hard to do really fast. There's a lot of little movement things, and
there's also a lot of enemies to take in account.
Yeah.
There's a surprising bit of pumping in this dungeon too, that you wouldn't really expect, I guess, having the boots.
Yeah, there's a lot of water movement and swimming too, so it's important to understand the mechanics behind that if you want to get really good times.
Also, the RNG of a lot of the enemies you want to be able to read.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, so we got Ninnyz just entering Ice Palace here in a moment. And Emo coming up on the Ice Palace bomb jump. I will see how she fares with it. Oh, it looks like she didn't get it the first try. But second try, no problem.
This bomb jump saves at least, I think, 1 or 2 minutes of going through the dungeon.
Oh yeah, for sure. You could just skip the big key entirely, and
all the maze that takes place after that, just trying to get back.
yeah.
Yeah. I think we were saying the other day, but if for whatever reason we didn't have the Ice Palace bomb jump, we'd probably be doing Mire before Ice, because having the Cane of Samaria for this switch here that Emo is just about to push the block onto saves a bit of time as well from, again, going through the whole maze and trying to push that block down from the side you're supposed to drop it from.
Ninnyz getting the bomb jump. Emo fighting Cold Stare. Hopefully she makes it through.
Looks promising.
We'll see on the next slide. Okay, there we go.
It worked.
I saw them in the corner, so. And Ninnyz should be coming up on Cold Stare shortly here as well. Just making his way down.
Down.
To the ground. Floor. Okay, I guess it's a basement floor, but whatever.
So Blunt's not too far behind ACM here. Just about a room. ACM's not gonna go for a zero cycle. It's a strat he really doesn't feel comfortable with at all. Blunt will be going for it though, so we'll see if Blunt can take a lead in the race that doesn't matter, but it's still fun to watch anyway.
Yeah. Gotta get those speedracing.tp points though.
And Ninnyz also got a really good Cold Stare fight, pinning him in the corner.
Very nice. So Blunt did get hit, I think, there on the Argus fight, so didn't get a zero cycle, but is still not very far behind ACM at all.
It seems like Emo is doing the safe route here, where she gets all of her items before Swamp. This is just a much safer route and barely slower, so...
Ooh, looks like Emo got a little bit of a dance there with the squirrel.
Looks like Ninnyz will be going for the fast route with Swamp first, so it will momentarily look like Ninnyz is in the lead, or is ahead of Emo, but
okay, listen,
he's not actually.
I take some issue with you saying the fast route. Because it's only faster if you can sword climb. And if you get it and don't have to pick up hearts. So, for some of us, it's a slow route.
Yeah, it's true. And for sword climbing, what she's talking about is what Blunt just did there on Long Ladder. Where he slashes his sword and hits A and Y on the same frame with the hook shot. Allows him to climb the stairs really fast. And it's pretty hard to do consistently. You definitely have to practice it quite a bit. ACM should be going for at least the Long Ladder one coming up too. Blunt getting the chest turn on the Ice Rod chest. And wow, him and ACM still very close.
They will both be opening Mizahimaya at the same time.
Yeah, Emo being plus 2 minutes is actually not too bad considering she died in Eastern.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty considerable death.
ACM and BluntBunny were for a little while in the same room. They are very close together.
It seems like both of them will be on a high 126 pace. Players of their caliber can generally, with good consistency, beat the game 20 minutes from when they light that last torch in this room. Or in around 20 minutes or less. So that's actually a pretty impressive run for BluntBunny given 11 blue balls.
And ACM unfortunately missing the switch there. He had to take a little bit of extra damage just to be able to press it, the spikes.
Does Ninnyz go for zero cycle?
He actually might.
We'll see. No.
Nope.
No, low side, no.
Hook and slash.
I think I've seen him practice it before, but maybe he's just not comfortable with it in a race setting.
Yeah.
He is gonna do the fire rod kill though, so. Oh.
I just went the wrong way.
Yeah.
Blunt and ACM both coming up on Vitreous. This boss you can easily die to. It involves using a very risky strategy to kill him quickly. The goo around Vitreous deals 1 heart of damage, and they intentionally use that to get iframes to do these spins among the little eyes. But those eyes do 4 hearts of damage, so if any aspect of that goes even slightly wrong, you can easily die.
And ACM takes a very slight lead here. Well, I guess he had it all along, but BluntBunny is very close to him.
Yeah, Blunt's definitely made up a lot of time here, so. we'll see. We'll see what happens in the end game if Blunt can get ahead of ACM.
Yeah, Blunt's especially close given that he's already on the mirror, and ACM will need to pause to get to the mirror first thing after this cutscene's over. So it's looking really close between them. And now we have Ninnyz going on the pre-Meyer collection, the fast route.
Slow route.
Yeah, it is pretty slow if you miss hook speed like Ninnyz did, but he does get that sword climb.
And hasn't taken any damage, which is also good.
We might see Blunt go for the what we call the Waffle House drive-through here, where he tries to preserve super speed throughout this entire screen after this short ladder. And he is going for... Oh, no.
The squirrels! Leave them alone! Oh my god! Wow. Imagine taking
that's...
5 hearts of damage on that first screen.
Imagine, you know, I've seen someone take 13 hearts of damage on that screen, so...
Yeah!
My god.
Yeah. That's where it gets its namesake. Shoutouts to Waffle42.
That's when you play Mario.
Yeah. That does set him back a little bit compared to ACM, who took that screen very safely. Blunt might be going for a really neat frame saver here. It saves about 10 frames, where he quake dashes to get super speed in this little section. And he does, yeah. That saves such a very small amount of time.
It's hard to do because of the super speed and going fast.
Yeah, it's very hard to move cleanly there. It's very easy to accidentally like jump to the side or something and waste way more time than it saves. So that was a good attempt by him, though.
We may
Looked
actually
like he saved time.
Sorry, we may actually see Blunt get ahead of ACM here, because ACM usually is known to mirror out of this roller room, whereas Blunt will take the damage boost out. And mirroring out actually does lose a bit of time. So you may see them pass each other here, or Blunt pass ACM here.
Very true. It's gonna be close.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Blunt is now a few seconds ahead, just like that.
It can all depend on the chin jump home.
That too, yes. They both got pretty
Both
good
good RNG, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, Emo is down quite a few hearts here. Thankfully she's got powder though, so shouldn't be a problem for her.
And she likely intends to use it right now. So she's back at full health.
And Blunt's about to come up on the double pokey room, which he actually made a massive tutorial for. Well, I shouldn't really say it's a massive tutorial, but he went through every single RNG and did, I think, safe strats and optimal strats, and also wrote a whole bunch of notes about what to do, when to do it, how to do it, all that kind of stuff. So he has memorized, I think, all of the RNGs in this room, so you probably won't see it done better by anybody but him, really.
Yeah, there's 16 unique patterns in that double pokey room. and top players have them basically all memorized. Another little difference between ACM and Blunt will be coming up at Laser Skit, where Blunt will try to do it as quickly as possible, where he just dashes down and immediately dashes to the left. It's going to be a 2-frame window for him to get through that. So we'll see if he gets it. And he does. And he knocks the beetle off, so he gets a fast exit. ACM's going to take it quite a bit safer. But he still gets the trick just fine.
And we get a very nice Vitreous fight by Emo right there, as Ninnyz is walking his way, almost in the fight.
Yet another difference is that ACM will fight Trinix from the front here. And you'll notice immediately after Trinix cycles, he'll move a little bit there. And that's the time that doing backdoor saves. That little time where Trinix moved there.
Ooh, unfortunately, Emo getting squirrel blocked there on Death Mountain. Not where you want to have a squirrel block. But it just unfortunately got in her way. But only taking 1 heart of damage, that's pretty impressive for being in that spot, squirrel blocked, and having a bunch of boulders falling on you.
And oh no, Ninnyz also being square blocked.
He actually goes for the drive-thru the second time around. Nice. And actually got it. Imagine that.
And ACM is still following BluntBunny, only 1 home behind him.
Yeah, they're still very close.
And I think Emo just took a death warp here to replenish her health. Because she was at 2 hearts when walking in the spikes.
Yeah, that's a good strategy for sure.
Oh no, ACM got the anti-fairy stuck over the hole there, and it drained a lot of his magic. That's actually a bigger deal than the hearts. Oh no, and the Emo dying
Shoot.
dying to the chain chomps. It's not the worst death. It's about plus 40 seconds, which is actually not a lot of time for death in this game. A lot of the deaths cost way more than that, but it still really sucks. Hopefully she'll get it on the second try.
And now her and Ninnyz are very close to each other.
I think she doesn't want to die a second time.
Yeah, just taking it safe here. Ooh, 2.5 hearts. Oh, and she makes it out.
These enemies do a lot of damage.
Yeah, everything in Turtle Rock hits pretty hard. Just about.
I think it's like what Pokies and Chomps do 4 hearts.
Yeah, and the lasers.
Oh, the lasers as well, yeah.
And the floating skulls too.
Oh yeah, that's right, they do.
Yeah.
And then rollers do 3, so you basically don't get a break from anything.
And Blunt gets a very good second fight of Landmolas here.
ACM is gonna have to settle for a 2-cycle.
Ninnyz got pretty lucky there with his spin on that Pokey. I thought he was gonna miss and something was gonna fly at him, but they flew into his spin, I think, and he was able to kill the rest of the Pokey.
He is on low hearts here, so needs to be pretty careful.
Yeah, he could die too. The laser skip, actually. Or a Pokey, as we said earlier.
Ninnyz
Ninnyz.
gets... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say he had a good laser skip, makes it out alive.
Now Emo's in trouble because she missed lasers. Okay, she got it. Oh no!
Oh no! She got a hit on the way back.
What did we say about commentator's curse?
I know. That sends her back to the beginning of the dungeon. That's very unfortunate. At least she did get the key though, so she'll be able to completely ignore that room the second time through.
Oh no! Blunt got close to a 3-cycle Aga 2 there, but one of the shots just missed.
And I just saw ACM miss 2 of the shots too.
It's a pretty close race here between ACM and Blunt coming up to the end.
Yeah, if anything goes spectacularly wrong for Blunt on Ganon, ACM could definitely take this lead.
Blunt gets a nice double spin on the Anon here.
You should have the 1-in-1. Looks good.
Mm-hmm.
ECM actually does an interesting setup on Ganon where he doesn't go for the trident spin. He was still able to get the 1-in-1 there, though. Or the 1 cycle first phase. And now he has the 1-in-1. Oh, Blunt misses torch glitch.
Oh no.
That could be huge if ACM can get through this 3rd phase and hit the torch glitch. And ACM does get it. So ACM will only have to light the left torch for the duration of the fight, whereas Blunt will have to go back and forth between them.
ACM will also have more leeway with his magic, which will allow him to use the Fire HUD.
This is gonna be close. ACM's missed some triples here. Oh, and he kills him.
You sound disappointed.
Yeah. I wanted it to be closer.
Okay. Well, just a reminder that Blunt had 11 blue balls, so this is
Yeah.
a really solid run still. And unfortunately has now missed Torch Glitch.
ACM finishes with a speedracing.tv official time of 1:27.14.
GG to ACM.
GG.
And Blunt is finished up here. It looks like Blunt's official race time will be a 1:27.50. That's pretty close. We'll see if we can get... ACM typically doesn't interview. I don't even know if he has a mic. But we'll see if we can get Blunt in here for a little post-race chat.
Oh no, Ninnyz is short of a rose on the last Armos night here. Which he must finish the fight in a longer way.
Oh man, looks like we're joined by the BluntBunny.
Probably has to configure push to talk.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have Ninnyz working his way through the Mimics rooms, and Emo is headed towards getting a Tower Big Key. Oh no, Blunt left. Oh, now he's back.
Must be having some push-to-talk issues.
Sometimes Discord is a pain when you try to use push to talk.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how about that race?
It looks like ACM had like an equally fun race, I guess. I almost forgot I was racing Ninnyz because it was like close between me and ACM.
How about those 11 blue balls?
Yeah. I was pretty mad about this run, except there's a couple like good segments, I guess, but I was kind of mad about that, but whatever. It had to be like this like run. Like my last tournament, the first race I did was 12 blue balls my first match.
Yeah, we were talking about your your unlucky blue ball that you seem to get, or blue balls that you seem to get in tournament races. And we brought up the EGDQ as well. I think you were the only one who got 7 or more than 3, really.
Yeah, truly never lucky. But it's alright. I guess it wasn't like that bad. Just the splits make it look so bad when you like look at them.
Yeah. But you played well, other than that, so.
Anyone see that that Turtle Rock Overworld?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 hearts of damage before you even got to the next one.
that was
Yeah.
so bad. It was still like a good Turtle Rock, I guess. It was like 7 or 6. But I lost like a lot on that overworld.
Yeah, you gained a lot on ACM and Turtle Rock even with that. You actually passed him because of his mirroring out of rollers stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Which was really funny. Yeah, he was a good bit ahead of you before that, and then you took it all back just off of that. So, yeah. It was fun to watch, for sure.
Yeah, I guess he got 6. I thought he got like 3 or something.
I thought he did get 3. That's what the chat was saying. We were too busy counting yours because yours were like insane.
He said he had 6 and 6 like a lamb. Oh, he must have had a Lamola's party too. Nice.
Yeah, I think everyone had a Lamola's party.
Yeah, everyone did.
Yeah, everyone.
That was a common theme among the races here.
Did anybody like have like bad deaths anywhere?
Ninnyz did die to Helmosaur and also in Hellway, and Emo died to Laser Skip.
Ninnyz also almost soft locked on fake flippers.
Oh yeah, that's right too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Emo also died in Eastern Palace.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
that's right.
That's
yeah.
my favorite. That's my favorite place to die. Especially in the big key room before you get the big key.
Oh yeah, how about Moldworm rejecting you like 6 times?
Oh yeah, that's I'm sure someone made a clip of that. I was like, really? Like that hero was like pretty good, and then like I get there, and then I was just like so mad that Light World was awful.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to have a good light roll with 6 Moldworm bounces and 11 blue balls, so...
Yeah, I think it was like 30-30 Light World or something.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that was like really good was Ice, I guess. Ice was like 6-13. Which funny, that was the only thing I practiced for the race.
Yeah, that's a good ice. ACM had a bit of trouble in ice. Well, mainly with Cold Stare. He got the initial spin, but then missed like the next slash, and then had a tense fight from there.
Oh, Cold Stare party, nice.
Yeah, he got down to 2 hearts and was still able to clean it up. It was pretty impressive in the end.
So I guess I would have beat ACM if I didn't miss the torch glitch. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, you were ahead until then.
Yeah, it ate my input. I tried to like, I don't know why, I like held my sword out and it like threw me off, I guess.
Got Ninnyz in the Ganon fight. He gets Torch Glitch just fine using the lamp, which is a really safe way to get Torch Glitch. It's really easy. Basically just spam it. And then we got Emo is just past Moldorm 2. Headed into the final Hellway room. So yeah, anything else stand out to you in that run, Blunt?
No, it was awful everywhere. I was just like every segment something like bad happened. I was so upset. Like in Skull, Skull was fine. I was like, oh, it's a good start to Skull, and then I go into get the fire rod, and then the Moldorms are just like, they like creep between in front of the chest, and they're both hitting me from both sides.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
And I was a little nervous going into Moth, I guess, because of that. But I guess Moth was fine.
We got Ninnyz finishing with a 136.12. I guess that's tying the whack. Although I guess on his actual timer, he got a 136.09.
Yeah, GG to Ninnyz.
See if he wants to get in here. I don't know if he's in this. Is he in the speed gaming chat?
Probably could just message him on Discord.
Yeah. Invited Ninnyz to the post-race discussion. We got Emo on Ganon. It's gotten through the second phase.
And she gets the torch ditch.
Rolling.
Looks like we're joined by Ninnyz.
Hello.
How was your race?
Horrible.
Yo, same.
Just kidding. Oh man, GG BluntBunny. I've been like killing myself with practice, just trying to do my best to kind of close the gap. And on the day that it mattered, oh man, it just all went bad.
Dude, that's how it always goes. So don't even feel bad, because like I wasn't having a good run either.
Yeah, I don't feel too bad. Like at the beginning, I was, because like I missed fake flippers, I got middle hold, and I also got knocked off by Moldorm. So like my light world was just like, all right, let's just get at. As soon as I hit dark world, I was like, you know what, just fire it out. Ended up getting 2 golds though. So
Yeah, nice, dude. I think you're the 2nd seed, right, in our group?
I believe so. Yes.
So you have a good chance, I guess, against the other 2.
I just got to hit that practice hack.
Oh, dude, that makes a big difference.
I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna watch this back, but where do you feel everything went?
Who, me? Yeah.
11 blue balls.
Yeah, I got 11 blue balls. I had this interesting thing happen on Moldorm where, like, I couldn't enter the arena. I dashed in, I think, like 6 times. I'm telling you, it had to be like 6 times. I could not get in the arena.
We
And
were
then-
counting, don't worry.
Oh, how many was it then?
I think it was 5 or 6 for sure.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
so ridiculous. It's never happened to me. And I guess some other like bad stuff, but ice was good. So that was cool. And Turtle Rock was good outside of the overworld.
We have Emo in here now. How do you feel about the run? If you're there.
Configuring that push to talk.
Push the talk.
Push to talk.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. I feel butts about that run. What's really infuriating is I actually finished a run right before that race that was like a low 134. And then I took that really weird death in Eastern when that Popo, like from my perspective, came out of literally nowhere, and I've basically been tilted ever since. So it was a ton of fun, but I don't know. It's good to finish. It was good to do another run. So.
Yeah, this game is pretty brutal sometimes, and it's really hard to recover mentally after a really early game death like that. Because
Yes.
often you feel like they shouldn't happen to you, but they do. They happen to everyone. So
Well, I mean, yeah. So the good thing is that that's the only death that I was actually confused by. Everything else was just like, well, whatever. I'm playing like booty right now, so it's gonna happen. Although that, God, that first chain chomps pattern was super unfortunate. That sucked. But yeah, everything else was just like playing like kind of butts.
But yeah, I'd say it's definitely hard to recover mentally. Like I failed fake flippers, I got middle hold, and then I also got on top of that knocked off by Moldorm. Had a death in pod, had a death in thieves, and it's really tough to get out of there. But like it's one of those things where you're just like you got to do your best on each segment and just kind of, if you can, mentally block out whichever ones you don't need to be in.
Oh, totally. I mean, I was plus a minute coming out of Eastern because of the death in the back of Eastern. I lost another minute 20-ish, maybe just a minute in Hera because I did some of the same things you did. I messed up the bomb jump the first time, and everything else actually until Turtle Rock was like decent. Like I was more or less holding flat at least, which was cool. But then I took like 2 deaths in Turtle Rock, which is just terrible. Really, really bad. So.
well, sounds like you all had fun.
Well, it's always fun when we play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Did you have to pull your card out of the litter box?
Yeah, that's probably why I got 11 blue balls, because there's like cat like pebbles or like litter pebbles in my console or something.
Yeah. All right. Does anybody have any final words, thoughts, feelings, anything?
Thanks to you guys for commentating and to the Restream crew and everybody.
Yeah, thanks for commentating.
No problem. Thanks for giving us a good show.
Yeah, it was a fun race to commentate for sure.
Yeah, fun ways to commentate and to watch. Thanks to you all.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I guess I'll roll out.
All right. Well, there's still another Link to the Past race going on right now over on Speed Gaming 2. If you guys want to check that out, it's Ben TZ versus Space Cat Universe. They are probably about I can't remember what time that one started. I think it started at 10, so they're about 45 minutes into the run at this point. And that would be it for tonight, I guess, for NMG. Tomorrow, the races start at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We have Kreia versus Maltzy. Then we have Josh versus Beheld at 3. Magus versus Error. at 4, Walrus Prime versus Tear at 5. So there's a ton of races. There's a few more that night as well. So there's definitely going to be a lot of NMG to watch tomorrow. Pretty much an entire full day from 2 p.m. till 10 p.m. is the last race. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for those races. But right now, if you want to watch more NMG, head on over to Speed Gaming 2, where there's another race going on. But I want to thank my 2 co-commentators today. It was a fun race. It was good to commentate with both of you. And thank you also to the restream and everybody for watching.
Rolling out.
Good night.